Okay, let's talk about this fight. Nick Ball versus Ray Ford. Uh, First of all, I will say this. There's nothing worse for me when I'm listening to boxing, particularly British boxing. You get robbed or you get beaten in a controversy. And all they do in a press conference is bang on about how you got robbed. So, yes, I know Nick Ball had that fight. And yes, I do believe he should be world champion today. He was robbed. It happens in boxing. You move on from that. Fighting a totally different opponent, right? So you can't keep banging on about, oh yeah, he was robbed in that fight. So because he's robbed in that fight, does that mean that you got to give him a belt in this fight? Totally different fight and totally different styles. So I don't like hearing it. I don't like listening to it. It's like it's a sense of entitlement. Well, I fought for a world title and I fought the guy and I beat the guy, but you didn't. As much as we say you're robbed, and if Frank was that passionate about the fact you got robbed, then why didn't he lobby for you? As far as I'm concerned, the way I look at it is, you were robbed. Yes, you were. But you got to move on from that. Sorry, mate. You've got to move on from that. And if you're going into this fight thinking that you've become a superstar based on the fact that you've been robbed, there must have been a reason why you were robbed. Your face probably didn't fit. Are you not a big ticket seller? Was it politically motivated as to why you were robbed? I don't know. I don't know you that much, but I do know Nick Ball. I spotted him when he fought Isaac Dogbear. And if anybody knows Bwtm Sports, you know Isaac Dogbear. This was the home of Isaac Dogbear for a few years, and he beat another guy, Nick Ball. Actually, beat one of the guys. Another guy that was on this channel as well. He beat him as well. I spotted Nick Ball earlier. I thought this guy is gonna go places. This guy looks dangerous. Um, and he's not like your typical brawler. Just comes forward and just wings punches. But this guy, Nick Ball, has a little bit of extra on him that that I like. But again, what I said I don't like. As I said before, I don't like hearing about the crying over spoilt milk to Ray Ford. Oh, won his fight in the last minute, last round, became world champion. So you know that here's a guy who's going to keep trying till the very end. He's going to keep trying. And he's slightly pissed at the moment because he feels he's not being respected, which is fine. Two guys are going to fight on Saturday night. I think if I'm Ray Ford, I box as much as I can, box when I need to box, and fight when I need to fight. I would not be standing and trying to stay in the pocket and fight with Nick Ball. You're giving a guy chances that you know you shouldn't be giving him those sort of chances. And if your ego gets into it, and you decide to trade with Nick Ball and you get knocked out, it's your own fault. For me, I think you need to box when you need to box, fight when you need to fight, and keep it as that. But don't try and be macho with a guy like that. You won the belt. You know, in a 9 seconds of a fight. I mean, you would be saying, you know what, I'm here to be champion now, and I'll be here for a long time. If he wants to come mix it me, he can mix it me. I'll stand and bang with him. Well, that's your ego talking, bro. You wanna, you don't want to give this guy any way in. You'll be using your boxing. You'll be slick. You'll be twisting, turning this guy, tying him up where he wants to, breaking his rhythm, hitting him with uppercuts. Walking him onto big shots. That's what you want to be doing. That is where I feel you'd probably be more effective than you want to go toe to toe. Oh yeah, what happens if you go toe to toe and he's stronger than you? What happens if you go toe to toe and you get hit with something nasty? Ball's a good fighter. Like I said, I hope Ball's not the new Michael Brody. Where back in the 90s, late years of the 90s, Michael Brody, he fought this guy Injin Chi, yeah, and we fought Injin Chi Michael Brody robbed of that fight. But Injin Chi ended the Michael Brody career, to be honest. And Michael Brody's a damn good fighter. Well, Nick Ball's got no choice but to press the action. Because remember, they're already talking about, they're already talking about how he deserves to be champion. They've got this sort of entitlement that because he was robbed, suddenly he should be the champion. And boxing doesn't work that way. In fact, A lot of people have come unstuck by that. They're getting stuck by that, and other people getting stuck by when it goes into rematch. Think, ah, I won the first fight, and because they think they won the first fight, they're going to the second fight thinking they won the first fight without taking it as a brand new fight. They're going with the same damn tactics or whatever. I just train the same way. I just try a little harder. I'll beat them. But the other person said, right, you know what? I've gone into this fight. The fight was close. I might have skimmed through that one. May not have won that fight. I've got to train harder. You see? But for this, I hope Nick Ball doesn't think he's arrived because he got robbed. Do you understand the mentality when you're going into a fight thinking you've been robbed, hard done by? You can go in with a chip on your shoulder. There's a difference between going in with a chip on your shoulder and that makes you train harder. Or you go in there with a chip on your shoulder feeling that the world owes you a title fight and owes you a championship. How good is Ford? Well, Ford is only as good as his last fight, and his last fight he won the world title. So he's a guy that you know he's going to keep trying and trying and trying and trying. Um, Ford Ball needs to make sure he's not the guy that is on the end of that last round. So I think for me, Ball's got to forget about that fight and deal with the clear and present danger he's got with Ford, and try and break his spirit, break his will, hurt him, and just get in there and get about him. That's what I say. And try and like with all these fights, I'm always of the belief that you have to command the respect. You have to take charge and let the fighter know in the other corner tonight's not your night, mate. Hit him hard, hit murder, something nasty. Say, well, if you're going to beat me, you're going to have to beat me the good old hard way. You have to nail me to the canvas. That's how I feel that Ball has got to take the fight. And with Ford, I just try and frustrate him. How you doing, Vikings pimp? I think that you just gotta frustrate him, hit him with counters, walk him onto shots. That's the way. Do I play Call of Duty? No, I don't play not Call of Duty, no, but I do play FIFA. I'm a football man. Ball when he presses the action, yeah. So he's got to do what he normally does. I won't try and do anything different. I still love you. What? Do you mean you still love me? What do you mean you still love me? Jesus. Oh, you still love me because I don't play Call of Duty. Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Do you Yeah, okay, well there you go. Ryan and Pimp exchange notes and yeah, play Call of Duty outside of the boxing time. Okay, as I was saying, yeah, so I just think Ball's got to do what he does best. If he can improve what he did, he used to box, great stuff. If you can improve, if you can improve on what he's done previously and what let him down and didn't win him a world title, if he can improve on that, I guess he's going against a different style as well than Ford. So I hope he studies the opponent and do well. I wish him all the best, Ball, but I'm certainly not going to this fight like watching it going, well, he should be world champion. That's not him. But if he beats Ford, then he legitimately, I think, is one of the best in the world. So that's my thoughts there. He's one of the best in the world. They're saying he already is the best in the one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. But we'll see about that. Saturday night, we'll see. Different style, different situation. Love your content, bro. Thanks for all the videos. You appreciate. So let's just wish. I wish Nick Ball all the best. I'm not one of these guys that will back against my own, but if I feel another guy's better, well, fine. I don't know if Ford is better. I don't know if Ford is better, but it's for Nick Ball to find out. We'll see. It's for Nick Ball to find out if Ford is better. Um, but if he starts getting clapped walking forward, if listen, I think Ford's going to have more options than Ball. If Ball starts walking into shots, and as he's coming forward, he's getting walking into shots and getting stung and getting hurt early, then Nick Ball, he, he's got problems. Because if you've got one style of fighting, if you're very effective, it's great. But once a guy starts switching up on you and you're walking onto shots and you get hit with uppercuts and the head starts snapping back and you start to hit you with big shots, start to feel sorry for yourself. Yeah, it could be. It could be the key to slowing him down. Yeah, but you know the key to a short fight is the uppercuts. Firing those uppercuts and using the jab and using your distance. If Ford decides to get into a firefight with 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 Ball, as far as I'm concerned, that's not a smart move. You could fight in a firefight, your own fight. There's a difference. You can get in the pocket, but when you get in the pocket, you get in the pocket because you want to get into the pocket, not because you're forced to get into the pocket. There's a difference. So the difference is like if I decide, right, you know what, I'm gonna stand here now and I'm gonna shoot this shot, this shot, this shot, and I'm aiming when I'm in the pocket to hit you with this shot. That's one thing. And then there's the other type where you're forced into the pocket because the other guy's putting so much pressure and overwhelming you. That's what Ford doesn't want, but that's what Ball needs to do. So those are my thoughts. But if Ford starts hitting him with shots, uppercuts, and right hands and left hooks walking in, then Mr. Ball could have a problem because there's no plan B. But in his last fight, he went to war with someone. Yeah, he did go to war with someone. He went to war with the champion. He went to war with the champion of the world, which he got robbed, which he did get robbed. I've just said it myself now, but again. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoy this fight. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's the start of the night as well. So, I I I actually think if I'm a betting man, I actually think that Ray Ford is going to stand his ground and give it to Nick Ball. Will that be his undoing? I don't know, but we'll see. Ray Ford, yeah. Ray Ford, yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I said. He's a guy that won't stop trying. He's a guy that won't stop trying. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave your comments. This has been Bwtm Sports Reacts. I'm out.